Hey y'all, welcome back. This is day 2 of the build. I actually set this aside for a little while, and upon request came back to it. I got a little busy. So we're going to call this day 2. Been more like a week and a half, just saying. So went back and watched the what I had shot, knew exactly where I was at. And what we are doing now is we already have, gonna hit stuff, our slight bends in both sides. What we're gonna do now is decide where we want our nocks to be. Now what you need to do now is kind of decide which one you want to be your top and which one you want to be your bottom. And this has nothing but personal preference to you, how you think it looks, things like that. I just noticed that both of my my bow arms kind of bend this way on both of them. So what I'm going to do is actually make this my top. That way that bow sits into my arm. That way the string, when it shoots, will actually come sideways through here instead of hitting the bow. Which means I'm probably going to have to wear an arm guard or adapt my shooting. Either way, that's how I just decided that. Because they both, while it does have this nice gentle curve, it also has a nice curve this way. I don't know how that's going to affect it. I may have to heat this up and try again. But for now, we're going to take our handy dandy Sharpie, and this will be the top. Well, I don't know if you can read that. The top. Now, what we need to do now is cut our notches. Now, our arrow notches will sit about an inch and a half down from the top, and the way that they need to sit, if I can draw this for you so I don't have to actually explain it, will be great. They should sit just like this, to where, actually, it needs to come down a little more. What you need is for your string to come in right here and drop down into a little notch. That way when you pull it, if it's flat, like if you just make a flat hole right here and you draw it, your string's got to tighten up and slide on those edges and pop out. So if you make it a concave, I believe, a downward slant into your PVC pipe, when you draw it, it will just tighten and it won't pop out. From experience, I have had a bowstring pop out on me as soon as I tried to fire. I actually had my compound pop out on me one time, and it was not fun. Messed up my arm pretty bad, cut me up a little bit, but that was a long time ago. I have not made that mistake since. So, you're asking, what can we use to cut the PVC pipe? Well, a couple things. A hatchet. I'm joking. Don't use a hatchet. What I use is a combination of a bastard file that I've had for a long time, and you can see it's the last project I used it on was my shield, so it's kind of got a lot of junk stuck in it. The other thing you can use is a half round. What is a half round file? Well, half of it's round. Or a rat tail file. I prefer to use a rat tail to start, and then I'll move to my half round. If all you have is a bastard file, you can use the bastard file. You can use your Dremel, though I highly I highly discourage it. With a Dremel, you can get going too fast and just mess up the whole thing. And that means you got to take off one of your arms, remake it, and it's just a hassle you don't want to have to do. So I recommend using files, taking your time, going slow, making sure you get it right. Now, I will catch up with you guys after I have my Knox cut, and we'll go to stringing. Thanks. Hey guys, okay, so we're back, and as you can see, I've got pieces of PVC all over me that I didn't realize I had. We have our 4 notches cut. See what I'm talking about now, how it has to dip in real quick. Same with the other side. I didn't go as deep as I drew, but the premise is still there. So what we're going to use is 550 paracord. I've already cut this part. But to find out around how much you need, if I can ever get this untangled, I can show you. Probably should have done this pre-video. But what you're going to do is make a slip knot at one end, and that's how I string all my bows, is with slip knots, because the more you pull, the tighter they become. So to make a slip knot, let me trim this up real quick. Serious scissors. Okay. So what I do is I take this, pinch it, make a loop, 2 fingers through, twirl around. So we're here, we come all the way around, grab the base string, you have the tail in your other hand, and you pull through. And that's a basic slip knot. So what you do now is, okay, so this is my top. We're going to go from the bottom. So see how that slides nice in there and tucks right in? Put this part on the ground, pull on that, get it nice and tight. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just run this to the other side. Okay, so we got about a good 3-inch gap here. So right here is from point to point. That's not good. You can tie it off there. It'll be fine. It'll be a great costume bow. But that's not what we're going for, is it? So what I'm going to do is, where I had it there, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And I'm going to take down probably about that much and start my knot there. And just do another slip knot. Okay? So all in all, it reaches not even to that bend. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that through. I'm going to have it just a little bit longer, because I know from experience that's not going to string right. So we're probably going to do about that much. So you make your loop, 2 fingers through, twist, grab, and pull through. And that's your knot. Okay? I'm going to have to stand up to show you guys this. Move my chair back. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is, you see this totally doesn't reach. So the best way to do this is actually come down to the other side. See how there's a slip knot here? We're going to loosen that and slide it up. We're going to come back to the top, put this knot on past the notches, come back down, and set the bottom notches again and pull that tight. Okay? Then we're going to take, it's just easier if you do it, if you're right hand dominant, put your right leg through, put the handle behind your knee, left hand, top of the bow, right hand on the string, and you're not going to pull with your arm. You're going to twist with your hips and twist and set it in there. Okay, there we go. Now what went from 3 inches is now almost a foot. Looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and draw it and see if it explodes. Sorry about my shirt there. This thing is nice. Not my best work, but it's pretty close. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test fire it a couple times, see exactly what happens. If anything goes wrong, it's going to be now. I'm not going to do that on video because this is getting a little long. But stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to start shooting that right after this one because I'm on a roll today and it's nice outside. And I'm going to show you how to do a arrow nock for this, a leather wrap handle, and maybe even a couple silencers for the string. Or technically mufflers. But I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Give it a nice thumbs up. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think. If you are not subscribed, thank you for watching my videos. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. Let me know that you guys are watching. And I will catch you guys next time.